Okay, this time, let's move on to our next topic, which is the Module 2, Evaluating Functions. So dito sa Evaluating Functions, after going through this module, you are expected to recall the process of substitution, identify the various types of functions, and evaluate functions. So madali lang kung paano mag-evaluate ng functions. So I have a short quote here. In mathematics, the art of asking questions is more valuable than solving problems. So mahalaga parati ang pagtatanong. Okay, in evaluating functions, finding the value of x for the most of these students is what mathematics is all about. So mahilig tayo sa paghahanap ng value ng x sa ating mathematics. And when we say evaluating functions, it is a process of determining the value of the function at the number assigned to a given variable. Just like in evaluating algebraic expressions. To evaluate function, you just need to, ito yung step, you just need to replace each letter in the expression with the assigned value. So, alam natin na sa pagsasubstitute or pag-evaluate ng ating function or any algebraic expressions, so lagi nating nire-replace or yung kapag may binigay na value ng variable, substitute natin para mahanap natin yung ating answer. And then perform the operations in the expression using the correct order of operations. So mahalaga parati na kapag na-replace na natin yung ating value ng variable, we need to use the correct order of operations para tama yung ating sagot. We need to use the GEMDAS or PEMDAS or the MDAS. So, isa lang yung mga yon. So, how to evaluate expressions? So, we have learned that in algebraic expression, the letters can stand for numbers. So, yung letters na yun ay tinatawag natin na variables. So, bawat variables or letter ay may kakibat na value na number. And to find the value of the expression, there are two things that you have to do. So sabi natin, the first is to replace each letter in the expression with the assigned value. So first, replace each letter in the expression with the value that has been assigned to it. So halimbawa, solve x plus 6 where x is equal to 2. So yung mga ganon. To make your calculations clear and avoid mistakes, always enclose the numbers you're substituting inside parentheses. So kapag nagsasubstitute tayo, para maiwasan ang pagkakamali ay lagi nating lalagyan ng close and open parentheses yung sinubstitute natin na value. And then, the value that's given to a variable stays the same throughout the entire problem. Even the letter occurs more than once in the expression. However, since variables vary, the value assigned to a particular variable can change from the problem to problem, just not within a single problem. Next is to perform the operations in the expression using the correct order of operations. So once you have substituted the value for the letter, do the operations to find the value of the expressions. Don't forget to use the correct order of operations. So sabi natin yung order of operations ay yun yung mga GEMDAS, PEMDAS, or MDAS. And the first, do any operations involving exponent. Then do multiplication and division. And finally, do addition and subtraction. So yun ang sinabi natin kanina na GEMDAS or PEMDAS or the MDAS. So we have the types of functions. First is the constant function. So itong mga types of functions na ito ay ma-encounter natin sa pag-aaral natin dito sa ating functions. So we have the constant function. So pag sinabi natin constant function, y is equal to 7. So from the word constant, it is a fixed or ito yung mga numbers. Next is the identity function. Example is the f of 2 is equal to 2. So the value of x is the same. Next, polynomial function. So pag sinabi natin polynomial functions, those are the non-negative exponents. So dapat walang negative sa exponent, and ganoon din sa ating base. Next is the linear function. So pag sinabi natin linear function, y is equal to 2x plus 5. So from the word linear, 1. So doon sa ating variable na x dito is mayroon siyang exponent na 1. Pero hindi na natin pwedeng isulat si 1 since gawin na natin siyang imaginary 1. And that is what we call linear function. Next is the quadratic function. Pag sinabi natin quadratic function, example is y is equal to x squared plus x plus 5. So we have the exponent of 2 or the power of 2. Next is the cubic function. From the word cube means 3. So y is equal to 5x cubed plus 3x squared plus 2x plus 5. So the highest exponent there is cube, which is 3. Next is the power function. So pag sinabi natin power function, example is f of x is equal to 8x raised to 5. So any power higher than 4. Next is the rational function. Pag sinabi nating rational function, the numerator and then the denominator are both polynomials. So dapat polynomials yung ating numerator and denominator. Dapat walang square root na symbol or negative na exponent sa bawat variables. And then dapat yung ating denominator dito, yung ating denominator, ba't hindi ko maituro? So dapat dito, wait. Ito. Dapat yung denominator natin dito is not equal to 0. Kasi kapag 0 yan, of course, undefined. Next is the exponential function. Same lang din sa ating power function. Next is the logarithmic function. So pag sinabi natin logarithmic function, it is with the use of log symbol. So like for example, y is equal to logarithm of 49 to the base 7. And then we have the absolute value function. So ayan, example is y is equal to the absolute value of x minus 4 plus 2. And then last is the greatest integer function. So f of x is equal to, ayun, yung symbol na yon, yung parang double na absolute, x plus 1, where yung x na yon is the greatest integer function. So dito sa greatest integer function, yung nasa loob ng guhit na yon is magra-round tayo to the highest function, to the highest integer. So like for example, ang nilagay natin na value doon ng x is 2.5, therefore i-round natin magiging 3. So yun yung greatest integer function. So eto na, magsosolve na tayo. Given the f of x is equal to 2x minus 4, find the value of the function if x is equal to 3. So sabi natin sa step in evaluating function or expression, we have to first is replace the value or the assigned value, which is 3. So yung 3 natin, yun yung value ng x. So sasubstitute natin siya doon sa ating given na f of x is equal to 2x minus 4. Yan, sinubstitute na natin. Magiging f of 3 is equal to 2 times 3 minus 4. Next, kapag na-substitute na natin is magsisimplify na tayo. So, f of 3 is equal to 6. So, yung 6 na yon is ito. 2 times 3 is 6. Minus 4 is 2. Therefore, the answer in the given f of x is equal to 2x minus 4 is equal to is I mean, f of 3 is equal to 2. So, yan yung ating answer. Next example, given the g of x is equal to 3x squared plus 7x, find the value of the function if g of negative 3. So, yung negative 3 doon, yun yung value ng x. So, substitute natin ulit. So, magiging g of 3 is equal to 3 times negative 3 squared plus 7. So, simplify natin. G of negative 3 is equal to 3 times yung squared ng negative 3 is positive 9 plus 7. And then 3 times 9 is 27 minus 7. I mean plus dapat yun, sorry. 27 plus 7. So the answer is G of negative 3 is equal to 34. So 34 yan guys ha, kasi dapat plus yun. Sorry, nagkamali ako. So the answer is G of negative 3 is equal to 34. Next, example number 3, given P of x is equal to 3x squared plus 5x minus 2. Find P of 0 and P of negative 1. So, unahin muna natin si P of 0. Substitute natin sa value ng x. So, ayan. Then, simplify. So, 0 squared is 0. 5 times 0 is 0. And then, the answer is negative 2. So, 3 times 0 is 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 0. Minus 2 is negative 2. So, yan yung answer natin sa ating P of 0, negative 2. And then, the other one is P of negative 1. Substitute the negative 1 sa value ng x. So, P of negative 1 is equal to 3 times negative 1 squared plus 5 times negative 1 minus 2. So, kung napapansin natin, sabi natin sa kanina in substituting the expression, kapag yung sinasubstitute natin na assigned value ay i-enclose natin sa parenthesis para iwasan ang pagkakamali. Therefore, ayan, negative 1 squared is 1. Plus 5 times negative 1 is negative 5 minus 2. And then 3 times 1 is 3. And then positive times negative 5 is negative 5 minus 2. So dito, ang uunahin, the answer is P of negative 1 is equal to negative 4. So, ang unahin natin dito sa ating kapag sinimplify natin, eto, wait. Gulo mo. Ito. Ang unahin natin dito is 3 minus 5 bago dun sa kabila. So, 3 minus 5 is negative 2. Negative 2 minus 2 is negative 4. Therefore, the answer is P of 0 is equal to negative 2 and P of negative 1 is negative 4. Next, given f of x is equal to 5x plus 1. So, find f of h plus 1. So, doon sa example natin kanina, so ito sa given na ito ay example ng anong type ng function to? Quadratic. Kasi may squared doon, may exponent na 2. Yan, may power na 2. Ito ay example ng quadratic function. Next, ito naman is an example of linear function. Since the exponent there is 1. Okay, find f of h plus 1. So, yung h plus 1, substitute natin sa value ng x. Kaya magiging f of h plus 1 is equal to 5 times h plus 1 plus 1 and then simplify. So, distribute natin yung ating given dito. Okay, wait lang. Yan. Ito. Yan. Itong 5 na ito is i-multiply natin sa ating h and then yung plus 1. Kaya magiging 5h plus 5 times 1 is 5 plus 1. So 5h plus 5 plus 1 is 6. So the answer is 5h plus 1. I mean 6. Next is the g of x is equal to square root of 3x minus 2 and then find g of 9. So substitute natin yung 9 sa ating value ng x. Kaya magiging ganito siya. So square root of 3 times 9 minus 2. Next, 3 times 9 is 27 minus 2. 27 minus 2 is 2. 27 minus 2 is 25. And then get the square root of 25. Therefore, the g of 9 is equal to 5. And then the final answer is g of 9 is equal to 5. So how about ito? Rational function. So h of x is equal to 4x plus 8 all over 2x minus 4. Find the value of function if x is equal to negative 5. So substitute the value of x into negative 5. So magiging ganito. H of negative 5 is equal to 4 times negative 5 plus 8 over 2 times negative 5 minus 4. And then simplify. So 4 times negative 5 is negative 20 plus 8 over 2 times negative 5 is negative 10 minus 4. Then simplify, add the numerator and minus the denominator. So negative 20 plus 8 is negative 12. Negative 10 minus 4 is negative 14. Therefore, the final answer is h of negative 5 is equal to 6, 7. So, nireduce natin sa lowest term. Si negative 12 over negative 14. So, yan yung answer. Next example, 7. What if f of x is equal to 2 raised to x? If x is equal to 3 halves. So, yung value ng x natin is 3 over 2. So, paano gagawin? Ayan. So, substitute. So, f of 3 over 2 is equal to 2 raised to 3 over 2. Anong gagawin? So, kung mapapansin natin, transform natin siya sa square root of 2 cube. So, bakit nangyari yon? Kasi kapag yung fraction, yung exponent natin is fraction, ang mangyari ay magiging ganyan. Magiging square root. Yung denominator natin dito, wait, yan, yung denominator ay magiging sign ng square root. Since 2 yon, magiging square root siya. Pero kapag 3 naman yan, yung denominator natin, magiging cube root. Pero dito, ang example natin is 2, kaya square root siya. And then, yung 3 naman na numerator, yan, ay magiging exponent dito ni 2, ng ating base. So, square root of 2 cube. Therefore, f of 3 over 2 is equal to square root of, ano yung cube root ng 2? 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8. Yan. Next, kukunin natin yung pwedeng i-square root kay 8. So, may expand natin 4 times 2. So, alin ang may square root dyan sa 4 times 2? Yung square root ng 4. Therefore, the answer is, yung square root ng 4 is 2. So, nilabas natin siya. Ayan, at ang natira sa loob is 2. Therefore, the final answer is f of 3 over 2 is equal to 2 square root of 2. Next, example number 8. Evaluate the function h of x is equal to, ayan yung greatest integer function. Plus 2, x plus 2 is equal to, where x is the greatest integer function given x is equal to 2.4. So yung value daw ng x natin doon is 2.4. So kapag nakakita tayo ng ganyan, yung greatest integer function, we need to round off yung value ng x natin to the highest coefficient. So ayan. So yung 2.4 natin, kung napapansin natin, ayan, sinubstitute natin sa value ng x. And then sabi natin kapag greatest integer, ira-round natin si 2.4. Since yung 4 natin doon is mababa, so magiging 2 na lang siya. So 2 plus 2 is 4. Therefore, the answer is h of 2.4 is equal to 4. So yan yung final answer. Example number 9. How about this one, the absolute value function? Evaluate the function f of x is equal to absolute value of x minus 8 where the absolute x minus 8 means the absolute value of x minus 8. Ayan. Yung absolute value ng x minus 8 is x minus 8. If x is equal to 3, so substitute natin yung value ng x natin na 3 sa x na variable. At magiging ganito siya. So, f of 3, ayun, yung f of x natin, sinubstitute natin yung value ng x na 3, so magiging ganito. So, f of 3 is equal to, yung x doon, sinubstitute natin, magiging 3 minus 8. So, 3 minus 8 is negative 5. So, the absolute value of negative 5 is 5. And therefore, the answer is f of 3 is equal to 5. Last example, evaluate the function. F of x is equal to x squared minus 2x plus 2 at f of 2x minus 3. So, anong gagawin? Yung value ng x natin is 2x minus 3. So, ayan. Sinubstitute na natin. So, f of 2x minus 3 is equal to 2x minus 3 squared minus 2 times 2x minus 3 plus 2. And then, evaluate natin, simplify natin yung ito, yung 2x minus 3 squared. And then, negative 2 times 2x minus 3. So, magiging ganyan. So, 2x squared is 4x squared. And then, 2x minus 2x times negative 3 is negative 6x times 2 is negative 12x plus yung negative 3 squared is positive 9. So, plus 9. So, close open parenthesis. So, yung negative 2 naman, i-distribute natin kay 2x minus 3. So, negative 2 times 2x is negative 4x. Negative 2 times negative 3 is 6 plus 2. And then, alisin natin yung ating parenthesis. Kaya ganyan. And then next is combine like terms. Pagsamahin natin yung magkakaparehas. So, f of 2x minus 3 is equal to 4x squared minus 12x minus 4x. So, tinabi natin si negative 4x kay negative 12x since like terms sila parehas. And then yung constant term natin is yung 9, 6, and 2. Therefore, the answer is f of 2x minus 3 is equal to 4x squared minus 16x plus 17. So, paano nangyari yon? Since si 4x squared walang kaparehas, so copy lang. Negative 12x minus 4x is negative 16x. Plus 9 plus 6, 15 plus 2 is 17. So, yan yung ating final answer. So, thank you for listening. And therefore, if you have any questions, paki-comment na lang.